Welcome to Mountain Mom Strong. Today we have a core and glute workout. We're gonna need a light loop TheraBand and a band attached to something for some pal-off presses. So let's get started. We're gonna start off with the band just around our feet, and then we're gonna roll over onto our hands and knees. We're gonna get into some quadrupeds here, and we're gonna progress them today. So hands under shoulders, knees under hips. We're gonna inhale, expand and relax. Exhale, lift and engage, and we're gonna keep tension in our core as we exhale, reach the arm and leg out. Inhale, touch our hand to our knee. Exhale, and inhale. Exhale, and inhale. If you wanna make this more challenging, as you exhale and press out, you can bring your leg out to the side and your arm out on a diagonal, back to the center and in. Exhale. Inhale, 360, inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. One more. Good. Other side. So I'm going to be weighted through my left hand. Here we go. Inhale to prepare. Exhale, lift and engage. Extend out. Inhale, keep tension in the core. Exhale, extend. You can make it a bit more challenging by extending out to the side, little diagonal, back to the center, and in. If at any point you're losing it here, you're arching or unable to keep stable, your hip drops out, then back it off. It's all about quality, not quantity or level of difficulty. We're progressing as we're ready. So you're gonna feel your glutes more with this band and glute med as you reach out to the side. Let's do one more. Good. So let's lose the bands here, and we're gonna go over onto our side into an adductor side plank. So basically with the adductor side plank, it's my bottom leg that's gonna be doing the work here. So I'm gonna inhale to prepare, exhale, lift pelvic floor, engage core, and I'm gonna lift myself up onto that inner thigh there. And then set myself back down. Inhale, you can reach, and then exhale, drive the hip forward. Inhale, exhale, so we're pushing down, we're getting that inner thigh. Exhale. Nice. One more. Good, let's go over to the other side. So this is how we're gonna start out a progression for our Copenhagen side planks. So I'm gonna inhale. You can do a side bend if that feels good, and then exhale, push up through your elbow, push through your thigh, lifting up off the ground. If it's too hard, you can leave this leg on the ground. You can exhale, bring your hips forward with that leg on the ground. Make it harder by lifting. Two more. Good. Back with the band around our feet, quadruped position. Hands under your shoulders, knees under your hips. We're gonna inhale to prepare. Exhale, lift and engage. Extending out into the side. Inhale, keep tension in the core, touch your hand to your knee. Exhale. One more. Good, let's do 8 on the other side. You can come up to your fists if it's sore in your wrists. Here we go. Exhale, engage and extend forward into the side. 2 more. Nicely done. Back onto your side into that adductor side plank. So it's the bottom leg that's going to be pressing into the ground to lift yourself up. You can rest this leg on the ground or you can lift that leg up. Your choice. 2 more. Nice. Other side, 8 reps. Notice if you're stronger on one side. I'm clearly stronger on this side. But do what you need to do. Keep that leg down or lift it up. Couple more. Last one. Nicely done. A couple little seated cat-cows here. And then we're going to go into our Palloff press and our single leg bridge. So Palloff press, you can grab a block. And we're going to place it under that inside knee. And we're going to press and add a little lift in today. So we want to get a little bit of tension so we feel that our core is on. We're going to inhale into those ribs, the lats, the back. And then exhale, press on out and lift up gently and back down and in. Exhale. So remember to drag that heel in, get hamstrings on. It's going to keep our pelvis in a nice neutral position so we can have better engagement. Make sure when we reach out, we're not lifting to the side. Straight out in front, hit that sternum. Lots of deep core engagement. And if your lift is just miniature or if the lift's too much, leave it out for now. 2 more. Awesome. Let's switch sides. Inside knee is down. Inhale. Exhale. Whoops, that one pulled me out. I lost my engagement. Keep that engagement as you lift up. That's it. Drag that heel back. Get that hamstring on. Ribs are stacked over pelvis. We're engaging the core so there's no lift as we press or as we lift up on the band here. 2 more. Nice. So we're going to go over onto our back and we're going to have our band and I'm going to hold in each hand and we're going to do a single leg hip lift. So you can start off first by just doing the hip lift here. We're going to have a little tilt in our pelvis back to ensure that we're not going to use our back here at all. Tuck one leg in. We're going to exhale and we're going to pull down on the band as we lift up. Inhale, lower down. Exhale, lift pelvic floor, engage core as we pull down. Exhale, weight through the heels, extend the hip. If you want to make this harder, straighten out that bottom leg. Having that little posterior pelvic tilt. Inhale, feel expansion in our back. Exhale, weight through the heels, extend the hip. Lifting up. Good. Let's switch sides. So a little tilt back. Inhale, expand. Exhale, drive through the heel, extend the hip, pulling down. Again, you can lengthen the lever to make it more challenging. And even more challenging with it straight out. 3 more. Nice work. Let's go back up into that pal-off press. So inside knee down. Gonna get some tension on that band. My ribs are stacked over my pelvis, long through my crown. Drag my heel in. Exhale, engage. Press out, little lift. Inhale, come back. Exhale. 3 more. And if you're not challenged by the end of these reps, you gotta get a little bit more tension in the band. Challenge yourself. Switch over to the other side. Pull that heel in, feel a little bit of hamstrings on. You can have this foot flat or tucked. Tuck gives me a little bit more stability. So if you want to challenge yourself, you can bring it down. We're engaging from the core. We're not clenching on that glute. We're pulling that heel back, getting that hamstring on. Let's do 1 more. Nice. Lying down on our back, we're gonna do 8 single leg hip lifts. If you wanna get a little bit more depth, you wanna make this more challenging, you can put your foot up on a block or a stool or whatever you've got there. So I'm gonna grab my band in both hands and get some tension. We're gonna inhale to prepare. And feel that back body expansion. Exhale, lift pelvic floor, engage core, and extend hip up. 1, 2, 3. Be mindful when your hands go over your head that you don't just flare at your ribs there. Exhale. 4 more. Remember, you can make it harder by extending that leg out. 2 more. And last one. Let's hold here for 10 seconds. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Other side. And start easy with the knee bent. Exhale, lift up. You're going to be on the floor, up on your block, whatever you feel you need to challenge yourself. And you can extend that leg. Kind of pause at the top and get all your air out. 6, 2 more and a hold. Last one. Hold. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Certainly feel my glutes there. All right, so we're gonna get on up and we're gonna grab our loop band. We're gonna go through a little series with the loop band. So we're gonna start with the band around our ankles. We're gonna go into some side steps. So ankles a little bit harder, knees are a little bit easier. So if it's too hard, move the band up around your knees. So toes are pointed forward, and I'm going into just a slight hinge. I just feel a little length in my glutes. And now as I hinge here, I feel weight nice and even through my feet into my big toe. I'm gonna keep tension on the band as I sidestep. There's a little bit of tension in my core, and I'm breathing into my ribs, my back, my belly, but I'm keeping some tension in my core. You can move your arms. So we're gonna start to feel glute med here. If you put your fingers on your hip bones and your thumbs behind, your thumbs should land where your glute med is there. Let's pause, shake it off. We're gonna sink back a little deeper. So I'm hinging, lowering my bum down a little bit, and I'm gonna freeze this side, and I'm gonna tap to the side. So notice how nothing's moving. I'm not bending my knee, keeping tension on the band as I kind of skate out to the side. Nice. 2 more. Just really feel this side loading. Good. Shake it off. Hinge, so shift the weight back, lengthen that glute, weight over that big toe, and we're gonna step to the side again. Two more. Good. Now let's bring that band up over our knees, find our wall or couch, and we're gonna go into those standing clamps. That was just on my right leg, so I'm gonna stand on my left, hinge the hip back, foot on the wall, thighs are parallel. I'm gonna keep a little bit of tension in my core as I lift up, and I'm gonna sequence my arms here together. Big toe stays in contact, so really feel that load through the foot. Exhale, engage deeper as you open up. Two more. Other side. Shift the hips back, weight over that foot, and open up on the other side. So notice from the front, hip, ankle, knee, aligned. If you're having trouble, add a little bit of rotation there, belly button towards your thigh to keep that knee and hip aligned. Feeling the burn in my glutes. 3 more. 3, 2, and 1. Woo, nicely done. So we're gonna do a plank where we're gonna move from front plank to side plank to front plank. So I'm gonna start on an elevated surface, and if you find that's too easy, you can get lower or even down onto the floor. So hands under your shoulders. You wanna have your feet wide enough so that when you rotate, you're not stepping on your own feet. So you're gonna rotate kind of heel to toe. I'm gonna go a little bit wider and have an even bigger base of support. So hands, move over here so make sure you can see me. So my hands are underneath my shoulders, I'm on my tiptoes. I draw my pelvis up and engage my core on an exhale. And then I'm gonna breathe. I'm gonna rotate all the way onto the side and back. I'm exhaling as I open up. Inhale as I come to plank. But play around with that breath. Might feel, it's beneficial to be able to do both. Might feel different for you. There's no wrong. As long as you're breathing and keeping engagement in your core, you're not holding your breath, you're not pushing out or down, you're managing that pressure. Nice work. Let's do one more to each side. And I'm pausing in between, not rushing. Nicely done. Let's go back for a second round. Some monster walks. It's a little hip hinge. Feeling glute med, 2 fingers on your hip bones, thumbs pointing back, and you should feel them kind of going boop, 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 with each step. Okay, then we're gonna sink back and down a little bit, freeze this position. I'm loaded over my left foot and I'm tapping to the side. 10 more, 10, 9, 8, 7, holding steady, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Other side, sink down and tap. Two more. Good. Around the knees. I was just on my right foot, so I'm going to go back to my left. Hip hinge, load over that foot, open up for 10. Three. Feel that core's on 2, 2, 1. Other side, length, length, length. Feel the length in that back pocket. Load over your foot there, big toes down. Here we go. 9, 8. And if that hip wants to sneak out, rotate your belly button a little bit. 3, 2, 1. Nicely done. Okay, so we're gonna go into the front plank, side plank. So choose your level. You can get down to the floor if you want it to be harder, but make sure everything's moving with you. You're not arching or twisting. We're moving as one unit. So start as high as you need to be able to make these transitions. This time I'm inhaling as I open up. But I'm still keeping tension in my core as I inhale. So remember, that's that hold and breath. We're holding tension in our core, but we have space in our ribs. We've really worked on getting space in our ribs. Make sure to pause in between front plank, side plank. Awesome. One more to each side. And then we're going to be done. Awesome. Nice work. Hopefully you feel your glutes are on and core is fired up. And I'll see you next time.